Pretty easily.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. How you doing today? Look who it is.
Hi, guys.
It's Jamey Hodges back for a Take the Points edition here as we are going to talk. We're breaking a little bit here into sports a little bit at a time, Jamey.
We're getting teased bit by bit by bit.
Just a little bit, just a little bit at a time, and we are so looking forward to that. We're going to talk to you today, tell you folks a little bit about what's going on in baseball, in the National Hockey League, which we're a lot happier about than baseball.
Yes, much happier. Way to go, Gary Bettman.
Yeah, no kidding. And talk a little bit about probably the golf from this week, and might talk a little movies today. You're a big movie buff. Mm-hmm. I'm a big movie buff.
And something we didn't mention earlier, there's been like somewhere near 89 NASCAR races in 4 days, or I don't know. They're just racing an insane amount.
We might mention NASCAR just to tell people.
There's been an insane amount of races.
Just to tell people, I sat up Sunday night and watched NASCAR for like the first time in a long time.
What's the Charlotte race? Did you?
Because I had bet a little bit of Take Your Points money on Chase Elliott, and
you didn't take my man Brad.
NASCAR again.
You didn't take my man Brad.
Oh no, I didn't take your man Brad. But again, this is our Take the Points edition, the weekly edition. This is Friday, May 29th, shooting on Thursday, May 28th. So either way or whenever you are watching this, pay attention to your local shelter-at-home information. And may not have to say that a whole lot. Still some stuff you need to do.
At least 28 days before we can.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a little while forward, but the state's going to open up a little bit next week, and we are looking forward to that. What is going on around the area today? There are a few things going on around the area this weekend, actually, more than today. I have this on my list because it's up on the Effingham list, and they haven't taken it down. And I do know of at least, of several restaurants and venues that have bands occasionally are open this weekend. Actually, today at 1 o'clock, I know one of my favorite, actually 11 o'clock, one of my favorite places over in Mount Vernon is opening, and for the reopening. But I have here the Superbad. Superbad is going to play up at the Orchard Inn in Effingham tonight. Should be a great time to be outside. They're telling folks to be outside. Head on over to the Orchard after cruise. They may be, I think if there's a cruise going on, they may or may not cancel that. We'll see it. Again, that's 6 to 10 p.m. Also on Saturday, the Sisney Fireworks Volunteers going to have a big old drive-up pork burger sale, and that'll be from 10 a.m. until they sell out. All proceeds are going to go toward the fireworks show on July 3rd outside of Sisney High School. You're going to go have you gotten yourself a pork burger yet this year?
I've grilled several at home.
I was going to say it's
yeah.
It's just it's just so difficult going through town and not seeing the smoke.
It's just odd. It's just weird.
It is weird. I guess we are helping Mother Earth by not filling the sky with pork smoke.
Yeah, but we're not helping my belly by filling it with pork burgers.
I can understand that. I can understand that as well. Also, this weekend at Iuka, it's the Iuka Park Consignment Auction, and the sale starts at 10 a.m. on Saturday. Will run until it's sold out. They're thinking about 4 p.m. Proceeds go to park improvements and maintenance. Donations and consignment of larger items will be accepted yesterday and today. Smaller items will be accepted today and all day Saturday, or all morning Saturday. So you might, if you're looking in Iuka, you might think about something like that. What are the big national days today? This is... I put the wrong darn
This
picture.
is not National Rounders Day.
Not National Rounders Day.
Although
Did I get any of these right? I didn't get I didn't get a doggone one right. Well, let me tell you what this is.
Hey, but at least those are geared up for later.
Well, I'm going to have to remove the ones I thought well, I may show a picture. I don't know. Yeah, the ones that I just showed you, They are geared up for later. Each year on May 29th, it is National, I know you'll like this, Jamey. It's National Coco Van Day.
National Wada Wada?
Coco Van. Coco Van. It's a COQ space AU space VIN. It's
some kind of liquor.
French for chicken in a red wine sauce.
Okay. It's food, so yeah.
Coq au vin, coq au vin sauce, that's a French staple. Coq au vin translates to a rooster with wine. It's a rustic, peasant-style dish that's easy to serve when entertaining, and because a lot of work can be done in advance. And since we've all celebrated National Wine Day recently, just a few days ago, you can be prepared and have an extra bottle on hand just for how you make your coq au vin. Different legends tell of coq au vin all the way back in the days of Gaul and Julius Caesar. However, the first documented recipes back in the early 20th century with a similar recipe, poulet au vin blanc, which is white wine, appeared in an 1864 cookbook. So now, how you feel about that? Would you rather have your rooster in
breading?
I can't really blame you there. This is also National Paperclip Day. You a big fan of National?
Paper clips are pretty useful. I actually spent several minutes hunting for paper clips the other night because my Cardinals calendar in the shed was starting to, it needed just 2 paper clips to clip on the end, when you flip the page up. And so I needed paper clips.
So did you?
So they're useful.
Did you find them?
Yes, I did.
Had you stolen some from the Center Street school supplies?
No, because that would be illegal. I just happened to have some paper clips in my backpack.
That's good. That's or
from work I'd taken home.
There you go.
Yeah.
That makes all the sense in the world. I wouldn't dare intimate anything else. National Paperclip Day each year on May 29th celebrates the small but unusually useful invention. Yes, even the paperclip has its own day of honor. This day celebrates the well-known piece of curved wire that keeps our papers together and helps us stay organized. While many may have claimed earlier invention of the paperclip, according to the Early Office Museum, Samuel B. Fay received the first patent for a bent wire paperclip in the United States in 1867. The original invention of Fay's clip was to attach tickets to fabric. I did not realize that they did not have paper clips before the 1860s.
Yeah, that's way later than I would have guessed.
I would have thought that somebody, Thomas Jefferson or Benjamin Franklin, would have come up with something like that before then.
Yeah, they're just so handy.
Well, yeah. Like you said, you put them on a calendar. I've got some things. You can replace a zipper tab, unclog a spray bottle, unclog a coffee maker, unclog it'd be a hem holder.
Hold the back part of your tie in if you're too fat to.
Hold the second sleeve of your tie in if it's not reaching. I don't like to say too fat. I like to say not reaching.
Correct. There you go.
And that's when you need to start buying extra long ties.
Yeah.
Well, which is what I do. Extra long is the way to go. The paperclip project is a good one. During World War II, a small universal office supply companies have provided a visual method of protest during a time when any outward signs of objection would be dangerous, even in familiar company. Early in the war, Norwegians were particularly persistent in their develop of symbols. The paperclip represented sticking together. And as folks would put paperclip, they would put paperclip like papers to their chests and stuff.
Let's bring that back.
I gotta say, do you think that's true?
No, I got that completely made up.
I got real problems.
I've never seen a Norwegian with a paperclip.
I haven't either. Yeah, I don't know. This is also, pardon me, Saturday.
You know all the Norwegians we run into on a daily basis.
We run into them over and over. This is also National Water of Flower Day. National Water of Flower Day. Not sure you really need to celebrate. Our flowers have been getting watered pretty nicely for quite a few days now. What do you want to see on television? What's on Wabash? Korean baseball organization is going 5:30 this morning. It's already played on ESPN2. That was the KT Wiz versus the Kaiwoom Heroes. Which one did you bet on in that one?
Neither.
Okay.
Let's keep following our Kia Tigers.
There you go. And at ESPN2, they'll replay that game at 1 o'clock today. And then tomorrow morning at 3 a.m. on ESPN Channel 601, the KT Wiz versus the Kaiwoom Heroes again. Wait a minute. They're playing twice? They're playing twice in a row, so they didn't want to move. Also, today and tomorrow, it's America's Day at the races on Channel 219 from noon to 5 o'clock. There's horse racing. You can't miss it. You fired up for horse racing?
Always.
I am too. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. That's Jamey. It's Take the Points. We'll be back right after this. Stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
It won't always be new. It won't always be clean. It won't always be flawless. But it'll always be yours. So how do you know it'll be protected? To solve the big challenges of tomorrow, take simple steps today. At Country Financial, when you're ready to start, we're ready to help. With auto insurance.
See me, Alex Atwood, in Sisney for your insurance and financial needs.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call.
Established in 1945 by farmers and folks like you, the primary goal of South Central FS has always been to improve the profitability of farming. And with a focus on service and safety, FS Propane is committed to keeping your system and appliances running efficiently. FS is a local full-service propane company offering you expert tank installation and system maintenance, as well as dedicated seasonal service. So when it comes to managing your propane needs, look to the experts. Look to South Central FS.
And if they're going to reseed or bracket it.
Do what?
Oh, just several things about this.
We are on. Welcome back, folks. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. There is Jamey Hodges. I don't know if I got you clearing your sinuses there or not.
May have. Got a little bit of a head cold
you doing
allergy
right?
deal. Yeah, I'll
allergies?
This is a great time here to have allergies, by the way, with Corona going on.
Well, it makes
just
people
awesome.
scared to death.
I know. It's like, no, I promise it's allergies, I swear.
I can be walking around my house, and my wife runs like the Dickens whenever I
That's got nothing to do
try
with
to clear
allergies.
That's probably true. That's probably true, too. What'd you do this Saturday or this Sunday? Big Memorial Day weekend, huh?
I watched the golf match.
That was something else. Did you enjoy that?
That was a lot of fun. That was a whole lot of fun.
What was your favorite part? I mean, all right, other than seeing Peyton Manning
win,
going around with a big old Colt on his cart.
Yep.
That had to make you feel pretty good.
Do you know what those carts went for?
Thought they auctioned them or something?
Yeah, they were all part of the total. Yeah, they were special made carts for that event for each player, and they auctioned them off during the match.
Oh, I didn't
Oh, yeah,
realize that.
You could go online and bid during the match. I quit looking at $100,000.
I got to tell you, the best looking cart was Peyton's, I thought.
Yeah, I quit looking at them at $100,000. I gave it.
You weren't going to buy?
No, I was out. I was out.
Peyton Manning's cart looked good, and actually for a pro football player, I thought Peyton Manning's game looked pretty good.
Yeah, but it's still fun seeing him and Brady hit shots that we often hit off the tee, like straight left into the woods.
It was good to see. It was good to see them be normal.
Yeah, yep.
And whereas Tiger Woods played like Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods played better. Of course, it's his home course.
Yeah,
but he played better than.
And
this break's been good for Tiger.
Yeah, I think so.
I'd say the golf world better watch out when the PGA kicks it up.
And the other part of that is the Phil Mickelson part. It was fun watching him scramble
and saying exactly what he was going to do.
Yeah,
exactly how he was going to hit a shot, where he wanted to land it, what it was going to do after it landed there, and then what should actually. You and I could say those things.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen when we strike the ball.
And he knew what. He knew what he was doing, and he was helping Brady. Who, that was the best part of the whole thing. Being able to watch Tom Brady.
It was 100 times more entertaining this year than it was last year, and it was just Tiger and Phil.
Do you have Tom Brady's impressions on it? I think you do in that one, by the way.
This one right here.
Yeah, Tom Brady came out with 9 impressions of the game. What were Tom Brady's impressions?
Peyton is still clutch as ever.
Peyton Manning is still clutch as ever. He hit.
I'm just going to name a couple names. You probably want me to read all 9, do you?
Whatever you think.
I shouldn't wear the same pants to golf that I wear to church.
All right.
When Brady holed one in from 100 yards out, he split his pants.
See, I don't think he split his pants till he was bending down to get the ball.
Is that when they actually split?
Yeah, because that was the only time he put a ball in the hole.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. Talks about how good of a guy Phil Mickelson is. He really enjoys golf. At halftime of football games, we get checked for concussions. In golf, you get refreshments.
See, now that's a lot better than the football.
And it was nice to be the young guy again, and he's going to stick to his day job.
He's younger than Tiger Woods?
Yeah. Tiger Woods is my age.
Well, Tom Brady's 42 or 3. You're 42 or 3.
45.
Tiger Woods is 45?
Yeah, him and Tyra Holt were at Stanford at the same time.
I did not realize.
Tyra Cycle now married to Dr. Cycle. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Hi, Tyra. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
He had a good time. So that was a lot of fun, and raised $20 million or whatever for COVID charity. So that was
just seeing them act like normal people and seeing them play. I mean, it poured. That whole didn't just rain; it poured that whole match, and those guys still went out there.
I thought they'd call it, but those guys probably.
And Twitter acted like it was going to get called.
Really?
And apparently they said nope, let's play. And they went out there and had a blast.
And they were playing in the dark at the end.
Yeah.
That's what confused me also. Why start at 3 o'clock or 3:30?
Well, they pushed it back because of the rain.
Oh, they thought they were going to get rid of the rain, out of the rain?
Mm-hmm.
No, they didn't. Yeah, they got out of a little of it.
They were trying to miss the heavy stuff won't come down for a while now.
All right. Who was it made that joke first? It was Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what I thought. All right. So that was fun. Also, this week, one of the best things that we have heard all week was a couple of days ago. The NHL came out and they announced early in the day we're going to have a big announcement at 4 o'clock. So everybody's, what are they going to do? They're done. They're going to play. They've got the playoffs set. They've got the dates set, I believe.
No dates yet.
No dates yet.
No cities or dates yet. We're supposed to have that within a week.
But they have the playoff
money and everything's been agreed upon.
They have
players,
the format.
Everybody's in.
The money, that they're gonna pay the players, and
the seeding. They've seeded the teams in the East and the West. They've got all that lined out.
The Blues are in the top 4, so they're going to play round robin.
Number 1.
Right, but they got to play the other 3 teams anyway to get.
Maybe they get a bye.
Well, I know they get a bye, but this is how the playoff is going to work, as I understand it. Fifth place is going to play 12th place, right? Mm-hmm. In each conference, 6th plays 11th, 7th plays 10th, and 9th plays 8th. But the top 4 teams to determine final who gets to play the winners of those earlier series. They're playing a round robin.
They don't have that set yet. That's what they're still working on.
They haven't figured out. I thought they were playing a round robin.
They're working on whether they're going to do the round robin and then have a bracket style, or if after the playing games they're going to reseed everybody. Type deal.
I thought that was set. I didn't.
No, that's not set yet. That's what they're supposed to come out with the cities, the dates, and the exact format. Beside after this, they've got the play-in rounds.
I tell you what,
5-12 and all that.
You know, hockey is such fun to watch, and the playoffs.
There's nothing like playoff hockey.
The playoffs are so screwy to start with. I mean, anything can happen in NHL.
You got guys throwing their bodies in front of a 100-mile-an-hour puck.
You've got the Vegas Knights up four goals or 3 goals with 7 minutes to go in a series lose the series
to San Jose.
To San Jose last year. So I mean, anything can happen, and I'm just so glad to see the NHL back in it.
Yeah, no, I'm way excited. That'll be fun.
How does this affect the Blues, do you think? Do you think...
well, they're going to be a top seed.
Yeah.
We know they're going to be, no matter the format they go with, they're going to be in the top 4.
Right.
Right now, because as of right now, well, it'd be a round robin, like you said, but it'd be them.
It's them, Colorado,
Vegas, and Dallas.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm just fired up about it. I can't wait.
It'd be fun. I hope they do the bracket style.
Wouldn't that be fun? That'd be good. I'm surprised that we'll talk a little bit about the NBA now. I'm surprised the NBA doesn't have their matchups set too.
But they're in talks with Disney World,
right?
As far as they're looking at holding the whole thing down there. So the teams in the playoffs would each have their own resort area of Disney they'd stay at, and all the games would be played.
Is it big enough?
I guess apparently it is. Yeah,
you've been there, right?
No. Good God, no.
Thank heavens.
Yeah, I do. There's a lot of things I'd rather do.
Thank heavens.
That I won't even mention on the air.
2 of us in the room that have never been to Disney. When we come back, we'll talk about something that may not be quite as fun, but you got to talk about the baseball. Baseball is...
We're mad at baseball right now.
As happy as the NHL's made us,
baseball's really ticked us off lately since the last time we talked about it.
They're not helping. We'll be right back after this word. Stick around.
At Back & Body Works Chiropractic, we help you feel better naturally. We can help your whole family from newborns to the elderly. We offer auriculotherapy for smoking cessation and appetite control. We use acupuncture to improve health and well-being in the mind and body. We offer high-quality herbal supplements for adults and children, as well as CBD oil. We also offer exercise classes for women of every age, size, and fitness level. Stop by and see us on the square in Louisville.
Call my mommy.
I'm a bunch of wind, and just like your stomach after that strip mall sushi, I'm a bit unpredictable. Let's redecorate. What's the matter, Tanya? I thought you loved being spontaneous. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, I might break the bank too. So get Allstate.
Mayhem is everywhere, so get an Allstate agent. In Salem, call Brandy Drinkpool.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Get ahead of the game at Carter Athletic Academy, where the goal is to transform you into the best young athlete you can be. Train for top performance in football, volleyball, soccer, baseball, and softball. Professional private lessons and clinics are always available with Carter Athletic Academy's expert training staff. Carter's exclusive Hit Track system brings skill development as well as exciting gameplay to batting cages. Plus, the Academy is the perfect spot for your special event or celebration. The Carter Athletic Academy in Fairfield. Scheid Diesel Service Company is your anything diesel full-service center and fuel injection shop. Scheid Diesel offers the quickest turnaround times to get you back on the road. Scheid Diesel can service any diesel engine from agricultural, construction, heavy-duty truck, and automotive. Let Scheid rebuild your pump, injectors, or turbos. Need custom fuel lines? Scheid has you covered. With a drive-in service, they offer a variety of services, including oil changes, engine rebuilds, DOT inspections, and DPF cleanings. For unmatched quality, think Scheid Diesel Service Company. Anything diesel. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Big Talk here with Bruce Dickey. My guest is Jamey Hodges. It's our Take the Points edition, and we're talking about, well, we've been talking about hockey. We've been talking a little bit about golf. Now let's move to baseball. Before we get into the discussions, did you see the New Jersey brewery?
I've read that. That is awesome.
There's a New Jersey brewery called, what's it called here?
I know what they're going to call the beer. I don't know the name of the brewery.
I've got a picture here of the beer, and this is the Trash Can Banger. And this is making fun of the Houston Astros with their sign-stealing scandal. The Astros sign-stealing scandal decimated a large part of Major League Baseball offseason, or dominated, pardon me. They didn't leave Yankees fans very, very happy because they beat the Yankees in the ALCS before they won the World Series there in 2017. So this New Jersey brewery, Departed Souls, is the Jersey City-based brewery. They have a new beer called Trash Can Banger, which not so subtly pokes a little bit of fun at the Astros. It's a session IPA with 5.4% alcohol content and clarifies that the Astros are the subject of the name. They clarify that with the
amount of hops
uniforms.
And the amount of hops in
the amount of hops is what, 2017?
Which is the year.
Yeah. So, and as well as the uniform, the old Sundowner uniforms that the Astros played with back in the 1980s and late 70s, early 80s, mid 80s. That's brilliant. I can't believe it took somebody 3 or 4 months to figure
I'm with you.
out.
Yeah, it's just they're going to sell all they can make.
I'm surprised people out in L.A. didn't come up since they beat the Dodgers.
Yeah, they're going to sell all they can make.
They'll sell out of that.
Yeah.
Especially, that's the thing. The beer may not be that good.
It's an IPA. It can't be that good. I'm not an IPA guy.
Well,
I just never have been.
It didn't even say the number of IBUs, did it?
No.
It's kind of what a guy like me would like to know. All right. We move off of that to maybe a less fun subject.
So 3 weeks ago, right? Because Luke's been here, we've been here, now it's my turn again.
Yeah, I believe so.
So 3 weeks ago, we were all excited about baseball. They had the 2 divisions. Life was going to be good. Everybody's optimistic. Bruce and I are happy. Yes, let's do this.
Fired up.
A mere 3 weeks later, I want to find Rob Manfred and all the owners and just...
3 weeks later, nothing has changed.
It's gotten worse.
Yeah, nothing has changed. They've gone backwards. The players and owners are at each other's throats, and the owners are backing off of an agreement they made back in March, and the players are not wanting to back off of that agreement, even though basically the owners they've got justification to back off because they won't have fans coming into the stadiums, and they're all digging holes.
And the biggest complaint I've seen, so they want the players to take a second pay cut. That's the general. Right. They had a prorated number.
They were going to play the prorated,
but they want to take add a second cut to it now as part of the deal. And the players obviously aren't wanting to cut, but not only. They're upset the owners won't reveal their numbers.
Right.
Major League Baseball owners are infamous, and I mean infamous, for not letting anybody know exactly how much money they make, other owners.
Major leagues have been in existence for over 150 years, and there has been, at no time in the 150 years have the owners ever show to what they made, and
not even to other owners. They won't tell other owners.
I mean, it's the only people that know are the people in Major League Baseball, and actually, they probably don't know all that much either. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so but they aren't telling anybody, and they're wanting but. Let me to give you an idea. You think, well, they're making millions of dollars. What are you beefing about? Well, okay. So if you prorate it, let's just give me a kind of what they're looking at here. Here's with the proration before they would say half of that 563 would be about 280, right? The proposed is a reduction of that to 262. That makes some sense. If you're getting $1 million, they're cutting it even farther.
It doesn't look bad till you get to the $35 million.
Well, I mean, there aren't that many guys making that, but there's a lot of guys on a lot of teams making $10 million, $10 and $15 million a year. They're taking your cut from like at 15 from $7.5 million. What you ought to be getting paid, they're knocking it down $3.5 million.
And they're still saying they can get 80 games in. They're still saying you can basically get half a season in. And the owners are saying, well, we're going to lose revenue from concessions and ticket sales. Now, and so the players are saying, okay, show us those numbers.
Now, I know what you're saying. I know what folks listening to us will say, well, Bruce, that's $4 million. I don't have a job. Well, that's true, too. And that's why whenever the players come out and say, a guy like Blake Snell or Max Scherzer says, I'm not taking another pay cut for that, that's why that falls on such deaf ears, and it should fall on deaf ears. This is not being handled well by either side.
No, this is no one's going to win in this deal.
Actually, right now the only one that looks good in the whole thing is Andrew Miller. He's the relief pitcher for the Cardinals, and he's on the executive committee of the players, and he's the only one out there on the player side saying, hey, look, we want to play. We're going to do this. We're going to get something put together. There are a lot of other players are saying, no, this isn't going to happen, and that's just not helping us all.
So there's two really bad repercussions that could come from this. First off, if they don't get something work out and play, it's going to be worse than strike here, number one.
Yeah.
And number two, as we talked about off air, the minor league system. So Bruce and I love to go to minor league games.
Been to several.
Yes, and just love them. There's several teams, thankfully the Cardinals aren't one of them, that have they're not paying their minor leaguers. They've closed down the minor leagues, shut it down for the year.
And for a minor league team, if you play your entire organization, if you pay your entire organization $400 a week, I mean the minor leagues don't get much more than that anyway.
Yeah.
To start with, if you pay your minor league players $400 a week through the rest of the season, it's going to cost each team less than $1 million.
Yep.
Or right around $1 million.
And several of these teams have already said, nope, we're not doing it, and have just furloughed them. So that could have lasting impacts on.
I wonder if minor leaguers can collect.
Unemployment? I don't know.
I don't know either. They might be making more on unemployment than if they were getting paid $400 a week.
I don't know.
That's interesting to think about. I hadn't thought about it that way. But yeah, the whole thing is distressing. So let's change the subject.
Yes, let's.
When we come back, we're going to talk about a happier subject. Degenerate gamblers. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about the top movies for gambling, the most fun gambling movies to watch. That's Jamie. I'm Bruce. We'll be right back here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right after this word. Stick around.
Are you needing to advertise or promote your business or special event? At Meager Sign and Graphics, they can print and install laminated vinyl on all sizes of metal, PVC, and plastic sign material. Meagers offers all types of vinyl options with professional installation on your vehicles, walls, and windows, or just about anything else you would like to be personalized. Meagers also offers all sizes of PVC and mesh banners. Meagers is now able to offer LED message centers. Stop in or call Kevin Blank or Danny King at Meager Sign and Graphics for all your lettering and advertising needs.
Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Welcome to Zinc Building Center. My dad and Ryan work here. They sell lumber, paint, doors, windows, plumbing, electrical, and much more. Oh yeah, they sell guns too. Zinc Building Center on Route 45 and Louisville. It's a cool place.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. I am Bruce Dickey right there. That is Jamey Hodges. Appreciate you tuning in each and every day. We're talking about all kinds of sports. And actually, today, this is kind of, Jamey, we've always kind of had this as a gambling show. You can go ahead and keep that if you want. I'll show pictures.
All right.
And one of the things that folks haven't been having to do, they've probably seen a lot more movies over the past 2 or 3 months than they have in maybe the past 2 or 3 years.
No, I'm sure. I know we've watched way more. Ours has been more binge watching series, but
have you?
Just it's been through the roof compared to what we normally watch.
There are a lot of good movies about gambling or that have gambling involved in them, and we're going to talk about a few of them here in the next few minutes, and then we're going to pick our favorites movies about gambling. I see you're already taking notes there, aren't you? You've already got your top 5?
I think I've got them.
You got your top 5?
I think so.
You got to count them down eventually? Is that how you're going to do it?
We'll do it however you want to do it.
That sounds good to me.
I don't have them in order.
Well, that's fine. You can figure out your own order.
All right.
But one of the top gambling movies, when you think of gambling movies, these are none of these are about boxing because boxing is its own category, isn't it, Jamey?
Yeah, it kind of is.
That's
the one thing we've never really, besides that one night at your house on the first Mayweather.
The Mayweather, not McGregor, but the
one before
Mayweather
that.
Pacquiao. Or something like that.
We rented it and watched it, and I think we may have had some take the points money on it.
Yes.
But besides that, we've not really gambled a lot on boxing. We've kind of stayed away from it.
Well, it's too easy to fix.
Yeah, I think we've stayed away from it.
Gambling, it's too easy to fix. So we've stayed away. But there's a few movies we're going to mention before we get into our top rankings. And going all the way back, have you ever seen The Hustler, Paul Newman and Jackie Gleason?
Yes.
That is, they call it a pulsing, powerful, and brilliant movie. It is, but the interesting thing about The Hustler is when you watch it, if you have recently seen or within the past 15 or 20 years or remember the movie Kingpin.
Yes, with
Woody Harrelson
and Bill Murray
and Randy Quaid. The basically Kingpin is it's Paul Newman because he gets his hand broken in The Hustler.
Yeah.
He's a pool shark and gets his hand broken, and Jackie Gleason is Minnesota Fats. who and can play pool really well.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
Outstanding movie. That was. I'm starting back in the late days, back in the '60s. The Cincinnati Kid. Have you seen this one?
That one I've not.
Okay, this Cincinnati Kid is a Steve McQueen movie where he is a poker player, and he gets he's the kid, right? And he gets entangled in a 5-card stud match with Edward G. Robinson. And I don't want to. I'm not going to give you away any spoilers, but let me put it this way: for a lot of times in gambling movies, things
don't end well.
They don't end well for the
people you like. For the people you like in the movie, it does not end.
Does not end terrifically well for sometimes the protagonist. Have you seen this one? This is a fun one. This is from the mid-'60s.
Now, that one I have, yeah.
Yeah, that's from the mid-'60s. This is Henry Fonda and Joanne Woodward. Henry Fonda plays her husband, and he is playing cards, and he passes out, has a heart attack, and she has to come in to play his hand. And he apparently has maybe one of the best hands the world has ever seen, and it's a lot of fun how the shenanigans continue with Jason Robart.
And it's one of the a lot of times also your gambling movies aren't very lighthearted.
This one's light.
They're not comedies. And this one's pretty light.
This one's pretty light. This one's a good, clean.
It's got
fun.
the good banter, and it's just
they're all having a good time.
Yeah.
Speaking of a good time, California Split.
And there's another one that's pretty light.
Yeah.
So you had two of them in a row after I say a lot of them are dark.
Well, actually, California Split can get a little dark.
Well, I know, but
it's a good movie. I remember, and I got to tell you, Jamie, I feel terrible. I haven't seen that movie since I saw it in the theater, and I would have seen that in the theater at the Strand in like 1973.
I'm getting ready to look up
or something like that. Was it 1973? Did it give the year in there?
No, it was in the also mentioned on that one.
Okay, so yeah, California Split is a good one. The Gambler.
Now that's a great one.
That is a great movie. It's got Lauren Hutton in there along with James Caan, and of course any movie is improved with Lauren Hutton in it. The Gambler again. He's the gambler, and he does not. He's not very good at it.
Yeah, he loses a lot.
He loses a lot.
Reminds you of William H. Macy in The Cooler.
Oh, we'll talk about The Cooler here in the next segment, and then finally,
can I give a top 6?
Oh,
I forgot about The Cooler until just now.
I don't have to go past the. He's in my top 5. Then the Sting. The Sting is all about. You got horse racing. You've got cards. You've got all kinds of fun.
The Sting introduced the world to the long con.
Yeah, the long con comes in the Sting, and that's a good time. I tell you what, let's do. We're going to take another quick break. We're going to bring up another few good poker and or gambling movies, and then we'll come back and we're going to give you our top 5s each. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. We'll be back right after this.
Make Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield your fashion leader. We're the little boutique with the big inventory of beautiful, trendy outfits and clothing in a wide array of your favorite name brands. And don't forget our large selection of jewelry and accessories. Carnaby Square is Southern Illinois' largest dealer of Brighton. At Carnaby Square, we take pride in our one-on-one, knowledgeable customer service and look forward to helping you create your own special look. Plus, always free gift wrapping. Find endless gift ideas 24/7 at CarnabySquare.com and on our Facebook page. Shop the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield, Carnaby Square.
When it comes to your banking, you have as many options as colors in the crayon box. That's why you can bank your way at Teutopolis State Bank. What works best for you may be different from what works best for your neighbor. Teutopolis State Bank is built to serve all your banking needs, whether it's online banking, mobile check deposit, text banking, or just stopping in to see them at one of their 3 convenient locations. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender, it's Teutopolis State Bank. Banking made personal since 1913.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Are you tired of searching high and low in those big chain stores to find what you need and deserve some royal treatment? Come to the King, Rural King in Salem. The friendly folks at Rural King will never leave you searching for those hard to find items on your list. Farm, home, sporting, automotive, and clothing. Oh, and did I mention we also have everything else, along with all of the quality brands that you deserve. Salem Rural King is a proud retailer of the steel product line. Your searching is over when you know the King, Rural King in Salem.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose Auto Owners Insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Harrison Insurance in Louisville is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hello, folks. The other one. That's what
the other one. I'm gonna start calling her that. Hey, other one, come here.
You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I'm Bruce Dickey. Thanks so much for tuning in. Right there, that is Jamey Hodges.
Hi, folks.
And we're talking about movies about gambling, and we're going to rank some here. But let's give folks another few they can put in the hopper. This is Matt Damon and Edward Norton, and that's Famke Janssen there in the middle. This is Rounders from the late '90s. This is a pretty good movie, isn't it?
Which I must have seen somewhere near. I don't know how many times I've seen that movie.
It's about poker, and it's a couple of poker players, and
one of them really good. One of them.
They're both actually pretty good.
Well, one of them's a mechanic.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a solid entry into the. Have you ever seen Croupier?
No, now that I've not seen, and that's more British, right?
That is British. That is Clive Owen is the actor there, and he is the croupier, which is of course that's the guy, basically the dealer in on a roulette wheel, and actually they call the croupier for that, and I think they call the croupiers also on
craps table, right?
Craps table,
yep.
Yeah. So he doesn't even gamble. He basically is just earning. He's trying to write a book, but the whole movie's about gambling and how he writes the book based on these people around him. It's a good movie too. Here is Casino. And this came out in the early 90s.
See, in that
probably three or four years after Goodfellas. It's a Martin Scorsese movie, and it's kind of a mob movie. But there's a lot about gambling in it.
And I've seen it a ton. And I've seen it a ton, but I disliked Sharon Stone's character so much that I'll just go ahead and tell you it didn't make my top 5. But yet I've watched it a ton.
I will tell you now that it does make my top 5.
And it's a great movie, but I disliked her character so much.
I think the reason it makes my top 5 because I watched it again about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, so recent.
Yeah, I have a recency bias, and I see how well made it is.
It was great movie.
It's just
astonishingly
great movie, well made.
Did not make it in mine.
A little bit long. Of course, you can do that with the Scorsese movie. They occasionally get a little bit long, but well, you know, what are you going to do? That's that's the nature of the beast, and one has to learn to live with that. Let me a second here as my thing quit on me. All right, the next one is Casino Royale. You would say, Bruce, that's a James Bond movie.
But it takes place.
It takes place in a casino, and they play poker for about an hour of the movie.
Yes, a long bit of the movie.
It's a long bit of gambling in that. And you know, usually when you think James Bond and gambling, He's a baccarat player. He plays baccarat, but and he plays a little bit of it in that movie too. But it's Daniel Craig's first outing as James Bond. He does a fine job in that as James Bond. This is one that came out about 3 or 4 years ago, and I had it on my DVR. I never got a chance to watch it, and you know why why I feel bad about that now?
Why?
I didn't realize Aaron Sorkin made this movie.
I want to watch it. I haven't seen it either. I'm with you on that one.
I know the story behind it. It's based on a true story from back in the early 2000s. There was Molly was the lady who ran this poker game that had
supposed to be an Olympic skier. Hurt her back.
Yeah,
ends up in the corporate world.
And she had Leonardo DiCaprio. And she had Tobey Maguire, of course, big stars. Maguire more at the time than he is now, probably. But they would come to these games, and they would play. And with those two guys playing, people want to play with Hollywood stars.
Everyone else would pay big bucks.
All these huge money guys would want to go play with these guys, and huge money guys, I'll be doggone, sometimes aren't the best poker players.
Yep.
And they don't mind losing money. That's the kind of guy you want to play with, and if you're a good poker player, and they made a lot of money off of them. Let's see what else I have. Here's the one we were talking about, and I think it's going to be on both our lists, so we'll probably talk about it a little bit more here in just a minute. The Cooler came out probably 15 years ago. That's Maria Bello and Alec Baldwin, along with William J. Macy and Bill Macy, and it's a movie about he is a cooler. The fella is
bad luck. So he'd go to people that were winning, and they'd have him go stand by him.
He worked for Alec Baldwin. The casino boss was Alec Baldwin, and he basically he was a shill. And he would, whenever if they saw somebody was winning too much money, he was the bad luck guy.
Yep.
They would send the Cooler. I'm trying to remember his name in the movie. But they would send him, and he would basically stop somebody's roll, and it was outstanding. It's an outstanding movie.
And then it actually has a pretty happy ending, also.
Well,
it turns out decent.
You don't need to spoil it.
Yeah, no spoiler alert.
No spoiler.
Sorry. But it's a very good movie.
It's an outstanding movie, and Maria Bello is at her top. Top of the line for good-looking young ladies, good-looking people. Maria Bello is right there. All right, so let's go top 5. What is your 5th place gambling movie?
So I left 3 off.
What do you mean you left 3 off?
There's 3 of them that could have been in this number 5 spot.
Oh, I see.
And at Casino Royale, Casino, The Gambler.
Yeah.
I went with Maverick.
See, I didn't have Maverick on my list.
Great movie.
Yeah,
that is a fun, great movie, all about a poker tournament being held on a boat on the Mississippi.
By the way, we did also leave out Uncut Gems.
Well, and we haven't seen it. Neither one has seen it yet. So I threw Maverick in at number 5.
Well, that's
just as a fun watch. It's one of those, if it's on TV, I'll stop and watch it.
That's creative. Jodie Foster probably about her maybe her most charming in that movie, I would say, right?
Yep.
And that one, I guess we're not going to give spoilers. That's a 25-year-old movie.
Yeah, you can give spoilers.
We can probably give spoilers. It had a happy ending.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's just a fun watch. It's entertaining.
Plus, it's got James Garner.
James Garner.
Brett Maverick.
And Mel Gibson. And
it's a fine one. Okay. My 5th place, we talked a little bit about it already, Casino.
Okay.
I'm going to put Casino. I went with more newer movies. I got one older one in there, but I've got
mine. But I've only got 2 older ones, and on mine also, Bruce. That may
depends
show
how you define older. I got 2 in the '90s, including Casino, because, like I said, I've seen it recently. It's an outstanding movie. Robert De Niro and plays basically the professional. All right, what's your 4th?
My 4, The Hustler.
The Hustler.
Which may be low, but you'll see why when you hear my top 3.
I don't blame you. The Hustler is Paul Newman at his finest.
So The Hustler was 4 for me.
Paul Newman was on a run back then. That was when about around the same time when he made Philadelphia Story, HUD, The Hustler, and he, of course, he didn't win an Academy Award until much later for The Color of Money, when he was playing the same guy.
Yeah, same character.
Speaking of Martin Scorsese movies. So, yeah, that was good. All right, my number 4, I already talked about it, Casino Royale. James Bond. It introduces Daniel Craig as the James Bond character, and I think
who we were all upset about at first,
yeah,
and then end up loving him, and then end up loving Daniel Craig.
Who wants a blonde James Bond? Ooh, I will.
Yeah. Now
that guy's really, really good. It's eventually, if this doggone pandemic lasts long enough, we might do a James Bond ranking.
We can do that.
We can do a James Bond ranking because I have definite issues and definite plans on a James Bond. Okay, so number 3,
Cooler. Great movie. I may watch it again tonight. I may go home and watch it.
Fantastic movie, they shot it in 3 weeks.
Been too long since I've seen it.
Let me tell you one thing that you may not know about it. I've watched all kinds of stuff. All right, I'll go ahead and tell you since you've brought it up. Cooler's my number 1 gambling movie. This thing is so well made. They had a casino that was closing and going to be destroyed. They talked them into letting them use it for 3 weeks to shoot this movie, and they pay such attention to detail in it. They change his costume. He basically wears the same suit the entire show, but it's not the same suit. Whenever he's on a roll, whenever he's doing good, it is well tailored to him. Whenever he's bad luck, it's a size too big, and whenever he is getting a little too big for his britches in the movie, they tighten it up.
Yep.
And it's just that's that kind of thing that goes into the Cooler. That's outstanding. My number 3, what'd I say? Rounders.
Okay.
Poker movie extraordinaire, and even though there's no way John Malkovich should end like he does, but he does. So
I will splash the pot.
I will smash the pot.
I will splash the pot anytime I want.
With these Oreos. Your number 2.
Rounders. And once again, I've seen it, I don't know how many times I've watched the movie Rounders. I mean, that came out right as Hold'em was getting big, and it was about underground Hold'em games.
Yeah, actually, it came out about 5 years before Moneymaker won
before an amateur actually won.
But so yeah, folks that might have been what helped kickstart.
But it was helped getting it kickstarted, and we all watched it over and over and over again.
Just an outstanding, and actually, the guy who plays the professor, Martin Landau.
Yeah, does great.
Outstanding job. And Edward Norton, who has they both go through some struggles, let's put it that way.
Who gets Matt Damon in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he gets Matt Damon in some trouble. Okay, my number 2, I've already said my number 1, so I'll go number 2 is The Sting.
Okay, so my number 1 is The Sting.
Yeah.
That's just one of those all-time great movies.
How old were you think, the first time you saw The Sting?
Little. Dad really liked that movie.
Oh, is that right?
That's one of those we'd watch quite a bit, and then you would rent. Back in the day, kids, you could rent movies at video stores, and you'd have to bring them home.
And that would have been even with the bigger, thicker VHS.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't.
VHS
Yep.
I tell you what, if you haven't seen The Sting, now granted, there's a lot of people who don't watch 45-year-old movies.
Right.
It's a 46-year-old movie. Watch it once and say, man, that was a lot of fun. Then watch it again and see how they do it. Because he's
you don't catch on. They hide it so well. They hide the long con so well that it's like Unusual Suspects.
Well, Usual Suspects.
Usual Suspects, I mean.
It's so well made, and it came out well. It was with Paul Newman and
Robert Redford.
How come Paul Newman's in all these really good gambling movies?
He must be a good gambler. He makes great salad dressing too.
If you're a race car driver, I wonder if that makes you a really good
I don't know.
gambler.
It must be.
That must have something to do with it.
Salad dressing. You have to know salad dressing.
You got to know how to make salad dressing and how to drive race cars. Plus, he drinks Budweiser. Drank Budweiser.
There you go.
There's nothing wrong with Paul Newman. Hey, Jamey, thank you so much.
Hey,
for
Bruce, glad to be here.
Glad to do it. Folks, thank you so much for watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Have an outstanding weekend, and we will see you next time. Have a good one.